Hey guys, architect Michael Huber. Wanted to update you on a project, a new project. We've done a lot of work, so I'm going to kind of go through this a little bit quicker than normal. But let me show you the aerial photo of the site here. We've got 27 acres of what was a farm field, and there's some water, some wetlands, beautiful views really all around. But it's fairly flat. There is a few kind of mounded areas, and so we looked at a couple of those locations and chose one that will help because the homeowner wanted to have a lookout lower level. So in either case, we're going to have to build up the grade to get to the main level, but wanted to try to find an area that helps, at least with that. We also looked at the usual, solar orientation, views, access, all those types of things. So if you know me, one of the first things besides the site I like to do is get a program pulled together where we just start to list rooms, attributes of those rooms, relationships to other rooms, again, developing those puzzle pieces that then we can start to lay out on the site and together. And literally, I cut the larger main spaces into puzzle pieces. So here you can see I cut them out, put some tape on the back, and then I stick them down in different configurations just to let my mind kind of think through what might make sense. And then I actually copy these, overlay some tracing paper, and start to do a series of diagrams, like you're seeing here, again, labeling the main spaces. We're not worried about doors or windows or any of that at the moment. Just trying to get some relationships pulled together. And then I'm also kind of thinking about, the form, because I know that that's critical to them in terms of an aesthetic they're going for is just a very simple gable, sort of Danish farmhouse type feel. And so what might that look like? So we ended up, and then these diagrams I kind of lay on the site here. You can see we've got the survey. This is a little matrix of a couple different options, just so we can refer back to those layouts and how they might relate to the site, etc. All right, so then from there, they picked a direction that they, kind of liked in terms of the relationships and whatnot. And so we did some refinements. So here's the next sort of step up iteration where I am starting to make it a little more real. It's still hand drawn, but lots of porches, which they really wanted. A large open between living, dining, kitchen space. The primary bedroom, bathroom, little office area. Laundry was important on this level. And then they had some kind of requirements for the mudroom area. They have a couple of dogs, etc. And we actually currently are at this plan. So you can see we went from something very simple, and as it developed, it started to morph a little bit here. So we may try to pull back a little bit and regain some of that simplicity of some of the earlier concepts. If we look at based on those earlier concepts, here are some extruded massings of the forms that they're kind of interested in, but then how they might start to relate. We like the idea of having a feel of a cluster of buildings, sort of like a farmstead, where we've got the group of buildings. And so by breaking the forms apart with, maybe some flat roofs, we start to get that feel. Again, keeping the forms very simple. So when we got here, where we've got the placement of rooms, oops, not here, here, placement of rooms pretty much the way they like it. A pool area, you can walk right into the laundry room from the pool. It was important, the main closet also connected to the laundry. And so anyway, lots of ideas flushed out. Again, we've had a lot of progress that I'm kind of skipping over here. I apologize. There'll also be that lower level area, as I had mentioned, a couple bedrooms, family area, and a large workout space, but just lookout windows, so it won't be at grade. So where we are exterior massing wise is here. So you can see it's changed a little bit. We're starting to put some texture on here. The idea is that there was an original farmhouse made out of stone, and then as the farm grew, you can see additions are put on, but the main farmhouse is still the stone element. So what we also have done here is added this clear story window. You know, we've offset the bearing. Let me see if I can change the time of day here to hopefully you'll see that better. But an entry porch, you know, this sunroom library space. They wanted a large open patio as well as a covered patio, which could have phantom screens pulled down. You know, the pool area, the main bedroom space, and then again the lower level will really just look out on this back side. So that's currently where we're at. We're looking at moving the sunroom, again, more as part of the main building, kind of getting the form back to being a little more simple. But I think this feels pretty good. So that is where we are on the exterior. On the interior, we also did some studies based on that model. Because of the offset bearing, they wanted to really see or understand what it felt like to be in there, because it's a little different than they're used to. So here's a partial model. You can see the rest of the home here, but the entry porch. Let me turn off the ceiling. All right, so as we spin around here, you can see, you know, the entry. We're still working on how to define that. So it feels like a space, but yet you also feel like you're entering right into the home. Here are those clear story windows. We've got the kitchen area here. And again, there'll be a lot of design discussion as we move forward. This is just, you know, me doing a first blush as usual, so you get a feel of that. Fireplace. Originally I had the fireplace on this wall, but they wanted to maximize the amount of view or glass to the north. That may shift now as this sort of library reading space ends up sliding more to be part of this main building. But dining, you know, kind of paralleling the island, which also was important. And then big sliding folding doors, both on the screen porch as well as off the dining for the pool, and as well as off the living for this open porch area too. So anyway, that's a fun project. We also have another one that I'll try to update you, I don't know, in a couple weeks or so on that one. But this is where we currently are at with this you know, kind of farmhouse, modern farmhouse style on these 27 acres of a farm field. So as usual, I will keep you posted, and I hope you're well, happy and safe, and we'll talk soon.